Hello guys, so today we are going to see another question. The question heading is middle of 3. So let's see what the question is. So given three distinct numbers A, B and C. So we have three numbers and then find the number with the value in the middle. So we have to find the number which has the value between any two other numbers. Okay, let's see the example, then it will be more clear. So if the input has A equals to 978, B equals to 518 and C equals to 300. So we have to find which number is in middle of the two other numbers. So we can see that 518 is in between 300 and 978. Right, because 518 is greater than 300 and 518 is less than 978. And the same logic which I used right now to explain the 518 is in between A and C, that we will be using to complete this code. Right, so the explanation also says that since 518 is greater than 300 and 518 is less than 978, so B is greater than C and B is less than A. So this same logic we will use. So 518 is a middle element, that is the output we have to print. Similarly, for example 2, 162, 934 and 200 we have. So the answer is 200 because it lies between 162 and 934, and the explanation is same as you can see. So what our task is, we do not have to read any input. As you can see, the input is already here taken A, B, C, and it is passed in a object of solution with a method called middle. So we have to return from the middle an integer. So that is the task here, and then it is taking three integers. So we have three integers A, B, C as input parameters and return the number which has middle value. So we have to return the integer which has the middle value. So expected time complexity is of 1, so we are not going to use any loops here because the loop will give us a linear time complexity, but we have to do it in of 1. So the most appropriate method which I can think of is uh, direct comparison, which is already done here. After that, the expected auxiliary space is of 1, so I think the constraints, okay, the constraints are given and the constraints is 10 raised to power 9. So for sure we are not going to use any linear time complexity algorithm. So again, I'm going to use a brute force algorithm, and then we'll see what Geeks for Geeks says about it, right? So first I will create a return variable. So I'm returning this ret, so I'm just going to fix this ret value in between. So let's create the first condition. So if a, let's create it for a. So if b is greater than a, let me get bracket, okay. If b is greater than a, and if c is less than a. So this, either this happens, or if c is greater than a, uh, and b is less than a. So in both these conditions, if b is greater than a and c is less than a, if this is true, then we make ret equals to a. Else, if c is greater than a and b is less than a, so we have a in between in both these cases, and both these cannot be true at the same time. So that means either one of it will be true. That's why I used or operator here. And at a certain point of time, if this is true, then this has to be true, then only we can say that a is in the middle. So this is how you do it for a. Let's do it for b also. So if a is greater than b, and c is less than b. So if this happens, or you can say c is greater than b, and a is less than b, or this happens, we will make ret equals to b. So if these four conditions doesn't happens, that means okay, let me explain this first. So if b is greater, a is greater than b, that means b is smaller than a and b is greater than c, so that means b is in the middle. And same here also, if B is less than C and B is greater than A, that means B is in the middle. So if these four conditions aren't true, that means by default else RET equals to C. Then we can return the RET. So I think they should work. Let's put it through the compile and run. Mm, the only problem here is the constraints. We have to follow these constraints, and the output we are getting is in between. So I think the code is giving the right answer. Now it's all up to this time complexity and space complexity. So let's submit this and see if it accepts or not. It's taking some time, so let's see what the output comes as. Hmm. I think my net connection is okay. I have to change my net connection also. Some problem. Max real time limit exceed due to heavy load on server. So there was no problem from my side. Let's see if I change my connection and I do it again. So compile and run first. Let's see if it compiles. Okay, so it's giving me an output. Let's submit this. Hmm. Okay, so the correct answer, it accepted it. The execution time is not very good. We are taking 2 nanoseconds, which it shouldn't take. But I think it is because of the input also, and then these four conditions. So yeah, so okay, so let's see what Geeks for Geeks approach about this is. So if you went to the hand, you can see what is the solution for this. And if you see in the Java, so we can see it checks if first if a is is less than b. So if this is true, then you can return, if b is less than c, then you can return b. So if a is less than b, that means a is smaller than b, so b comes after a, and then b is less than c, that means b is less also less than c, that means b is in the middle, so b is returned. Else we do a max of a and c. So if a is less than b and b is not less than c, that means b is greater than c, that means either c or a lies between the two numbers. So we do a math max of a and c, and whoever is the maximum, because maximum, then c will be b because b is the maximum. So if b is the maximum, that means either c is in the middle or a is in the middle, and to find out we have to find the max because the other one will be the smaller one. And if this is not true, if condition is not true, then we go into this and we return a is less than c. So if a is not less than b, that means a is greater than b, and if a is less than c, that means we return a. So we have the greatest number as b and the smallest number as c, and we return a, which is in the middle. Else we return whatever the maximum of b and c, similarly as I explained up here. So this is a lot better explanation than the brute force approach I explained you. But you can use any of them. As you can see, it accepted both the answers. So that's it.